This is a Nintendo Switch 2, and this is a Nintendo Switch that has been banned. If you care about preserving your brand new Nintendo Switch 2 console, if you care about preserving your online Nintendo Switch account, you will listen to me in this video and you will not do what I'm about to tell you about in this video. The Mig Switch chip is a cartridge that allows you to download Nintendo Switch 1 games onto it, albeit from online or from a physical cartridge that you have in your hands. It allows you to install that game and play multiple games seamlessly with the press of this chip in your console. And this can be played across many different consoles, especially in the Nintendo Switch 1 systems where this chip was made and became prevalent. Now, with the release of new firmware, the Mig Switch chip can be used on Nintendo Switch 2 consoles, and there have been many videos displaying this chip being used in Nintendo Switch 2 with seemingly downloaded online games of Nintendo Switch 1. Nintendo has responded by starting a ban wave, banning anyone that is using these Mig Switch chips on their Nintendo Switch 2 consoles, with multiple reports popping up from Twitter all the way to Reddit of users starting to share their troubles of their consoles being actively banned by Nintendo. We have talked about this before in my previous video here, where we talked about how Nintendo now reserves the right to brick your Nintendo Switch console and render not only your console, but your Nintendo Switch account unusable, taking away all of your games, anything digital that you had, any friends, anything that involved your Nintendo Switch account, you can be banned for if you're caught using this chip. Most people thought that it was impossible to get banned using this chip. Many people didn't suffer a ban on Switch 1, but it looks like Nintendo now has a way to see who is using the Mig Switch chip on Nintendo Switch 2. So I'm cautioning absolutely everybody that is trying to use this chip on their console, do not use it. Nintendo is banning people. And if you don't know what it's like to get banned, take it from me. It absolutely sucks. This is my Nintendo Switch 1 console, and I had it homebrewed. It was a great system to play on. I played many great games on this system, but eventually it got nuked by Nintendo, and that rendered all of everything that I had on the hardware, at least, unusable. I couldn't connect to Nintendo online services. I couldn't check with my friends. I couldn't invite them to games. I couldn't even go online with games. I couldn't check out the eShop. I couldn't do basic system maintenance that I would have normally been able to do had my system had not been banned. And Nintendo at that time could have nuked my Nintendo account and wiped all of my digital games offline. Many of those games were the only games that I had, so it made playing the Nintendo Switch online pretty much a paperweight experience because I just didn't have any physical games to play at that time. And now that we have these new game key cards with Nintendo Switch 2 that require you to connect to online and seemingly to Nintendo's online services, if you get your Switch 2 banned, there are some games that you may not be able to play even offline. So this warrants an even higher risk for Nintendo Switch 2 users that are attempting to modify or play modified games on their system. Again, Nintendo is not playing around. They will ban each and every one of the hackers that come out there, and they are actively pursuing and watching the people that are trying to hack and get at Nintendo Switch 2's firmware. So user be warned.